What's up, Carlos? Just giving you guys a quick video update of the young birds. Trying to probably go live more often. Trying to interact with you guys. Just because I get a few questions here and there when I post videos. And it just kind of takes a little longer to get back to the comments. So probably start going live every so often with you guys just to interact. The older group just landed right now, which is these guys up here. What's up, Lewis? Mike Jones. I noticed, Mike, you've been here for a while, man. I appreciate the support. I know you support California spinners too, which is pretty cool. All we're trying to do is motivate the people in the hobby. Trying to get more fanciers to fly birds. So I know RC asked me yesterday or the day before, whenever we were online, he asked me how do I home my young birds, and this is exactly how I home them right now. They're homing themselves. The way they're hanging out right now is like as if they were hanging out in a sun pen, but the only difference is they get to fly out if they feel like it. With the sun pen, it makes them feel trapped. So they're looking to fly. As soon as they see a door open, they're looking to fly away. So with my birds, when they're babies, the door's always open for them. They always get to see out, and if they want to fly, they can fly. So just helps me and my method, the way it works. What's your main line of birds? My main line of birds is 852, the big red line, which is my foundation cock. I started my family off of 1 cock and 5 hens. And after 8 years, this is where I've got them to. So if I had to call this bloodline anything, it would be called the 852 bloodline, the big red bloodline. So I have this bucket out here like this because I'm gonna put the tray on there right now, and I'm gonna get the old birds to eat off the tray, and then the little ones should jump over. But right now, since the older group just landed, I like to let them relax for a little bit before I feed them. Some get more tired than others. Probably not too much right now because they're not really rolling. But either way, I like to get them to get used to it. Also, the foundation cock, they got off their eggs. So I pulled them out, and he's right there. I actually flew my foundation cock here about 8 years ago. So he's home to this kit box and to the property. He's already an old bird and he has trouble moving around. So I figured I'd pull him out, just let him enjoy moving around and stuff like that. We're gonna feed these guys real quick. Right now my favorite one is this black one. Ever since they came out of the nest, I really like that black one. just because of it was mainly his expression when he was a little baby. His expression was real nice, real calm bird. Um, just so much I could say about it based on what I've learned over the years. But he's definitely the bird, the right bird when it comes to feathers, the type, the color, temperament, character. And so far he was the first one to flip over, which was a super plus for him. And then his lineage, where he comes from, the black checks represent speed in this family, speed and strength. And because he's out of a red and a dun, and he's a black check, he is a total package in my family. At least like what I like to look for and what has worked for me. So hopefully we get to see this guy spin before the year ends. I know there's a red one up there already rolling a few rolls, which is doing better. Oh, I'm supposed to put this tray out here. And also this black I was showing you, his mother is the workhorse hen. And the workhorse hen was probably one of my best performers. That was also judged by Keith London. His mother, which is a workhorse hen, Keith London gave her a 1.6 quality and 1.6 depth. And she was still a young bird when that happened. Look at where this guy landed. That's big red right there. That's the foundation cock. That bird back in his young days, he was like a 60-foot baseball, man. He used to shrink up real nice. He had real nice spin, nice velocity. He wasn't the best, 100% best pigeon I've ever seen. I've probably seen birds that can roll just as good as him, if not better. But the thing about this bird is that he produced higher quality spin than himself. And then he produced it at such a high percent that's what made him the foundation cock. If I made 10 babies out of him, 8 to 9 of them were gonna roll. The one I didn't get to see most likely got lost or the falcon ate it. But pretty much all his kids, they performed and they did it right. And what's pretty cool is that all of these are his grandkids and great grandkids. And you could kind of see too, like the way he looks, his expression and body type. Like you could see it right away. Like that's his grandkid right there. And that's him. That's another grandkid. He'll just get to live out the rest of his days in the kit box. I don't think I'm gonna make him breed anymore, just due to the fact that it's so hard on him to breed. I don't want to push him anymore. He drags around the individual, so it's not something I want to do anymore. I'm just gonna let him be. Have you ever had a roll down? I personally have not bred a roll down out of this family of birds that I have right now. A roll down is a bird that You know, it could be 200-300 feet in the air and never comes out of the spin. I've never bred one like that. I have bred birds that go into a spin, maybe let's say 60-80 feet above the ground, and the bird's a 60-70 footer, and it just didn't gauge its space. But I wouldn't call that a roll down. It was just a bird that didn't have the timing and space it needed. And then I don't get them that deep often anyway. I'll get 70-80 footers, very rare, 1 out of maybe 100. I do get a lot of deep birds though, between 40 and 60 feet. And some of the times those are the birds that have hit the ground due to, like I said, spacing and the bird not understanding. But I also don't get many of those, very few. So right now what I'm doing is I'm feeding all the birds together so they start kind of getting used to each other, because pretty soon they're going to start flying together. So like you see this young blackbird, he's not eating because he's never ate grain before, so he's wondering where the pellets are at. So I'm doing this so they can start understanding the grain. Real slow process. So once they finish up this little amount of grain, I'm gonna take the tray and put it in that kit box, and then get all the older birds in there, feed them, and then I'll have the young birds waiting, and then I'm gonna feed them pellets. All right, RC, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm gonna end the live and I'll come back.